Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel for the 8th of April, 2020. Welcome, and hope you all are doing well. Today we're going to talk about trusting in the process of progress. You know, it's so interesting to me in my work with people all over the world. I'm blessed that I'm able to work with people all over the world because not everybody has that opportunity or that chance or any of that. But I'm blessed to be able to do that in part because of the technology we have today. Certainly 50 if not even 30 years ago, the majority of the world, because of my physical disabilities, would have said that I couldn't work at all. And there's still people in our society today, and I learned that while I was in care, that say the same, that I can't work, that I should just take a government check and be done with it. And it's funny because my own parents used to say the same thing. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because the only thing I could trust in those moments is that progress, which is forward motion, was possible and probable in my life. Now, I don't know what you're facing, and really I care, but I don't. Here's what I mean. I care what's happening to you because I don't want to see you suffer. I don't because the rules apply no matter what your circumstances are. Progress is always possible. It's always attainable because all it is it's a motion. It's a forward motion that allows the development of new solutions. You know, we are on the verge of more panic probably than ever before due to this pandemic, and yet there's progress every day in the healing of people with the conditions, right? There's progress every day that more and more people are recovering. There's progress every day for the homeless, that sometimes there are people that are homeless that find places to be they in church communities, be they in HUD houses, be they in wherever it may be. There's progress every day with the sick that they get well. There's progress every day that with the poor they get opportunities. There's progress every day, but we forget. We forget that progress is available to us because sometimes we are so focused, obsessed even, with the process of reaching our goals that we don't even care about, or we care less than we should, about the process of progress. I call what we do the Progress Tribe because at the central core of my belief systems and what I help people to understand is as long as you're making progress, you are successful, and as long as you're successful, that means anything is possible. When you give up on your ability to progress through whatever it is that you are going through, you will surely die. Now, death doesn't always have to mean that you're dying physically, although when you've given up hope that progress is possible, you will die physically too. I witnessed that in the care home where I live, and I watched people die because no one was feeding them a steady diet of hope that progress was possible. Some of them were my age in their 30s, others of them older, but the fact remains across racial boundaries, across cultural boundaries, across all of it, if you don't believe that progress is possible, you will quit on yourself and every goal you've ever had because there's no other point. Human beings are naturally wired all the way back to cave people to seek progress. You don't believe me? Check this out. Let's have a little story time if we can, if we will. Imagine for a moment you are a cave person. We're going to take a look at life through the eyes of a caveman and a cave woman for just a second. Now, caveman goes out of cave. His goal, very simple, bring home some form of sustenance for his family. Now, if he doesn't believe in the core of progress, if he doesn't believe that every step counts, the chances are before he kills the saber-toothed tiger, he's going to quit, isn't he? If he only cares about the destination, if he only cares about the end result, if he only cares that he has a body to look back, he's not going to have the strength, metaphorically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, to continue the journey, especially if he has to go several miles and it's uncomfortable, especially if he has to go through areas and neighborhoods that are less than friendly. We all have reasons to hinder our own progress, but the biggest one is the lie that says we are different from each other in such ways that we cannot find unity. Look, a poor person and a rich person, the only difference is what they do with their opportunities. And the 1% and the leaders of the countries around the world, all 196 of you, don't want to hear that. But the reality is each and every one of us that are in a position of power can fall from our position of power instantaneously. And every person who's ever had a hardship in terms of not having the economic background or the economic breaks that you could have, would have, should have, and it all falls apart for you and your heart breaks in half. Be serious about progress and you will never lack for anything because you will have the momentum to associate with keeping going. See, when there's no progress and not a progress mindset, the only thing you're focused on is what you complete and achieve, and you don't care about the step-by-step, each by each moments. You will disconnect from yourself. You will disconnect from the world around you because at the end of the day, if it's all or nothing and your progress doesn't matter, why did you just spend the last year, 2 years, or longer on that item? See, that's the thing. Ultimately speaking, we are all under a different level of quarantine, and we all were even before this virus took hold. Internal quarantine, which is the separation from society. If you're into self-hate, you're doing it. If you're into self-loathing, you're doing it. If you're into martial arts and you come in the door and say, rather than hit myself, can I hit a punching bag or a bean bag or whatever? Of course, I said, sure. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, insurance, you got to worry about liabilities, and you got to worry about what if this person doesn't belong there. And the answer I say is when we care more about dollar signs than we do about destiny signs for people in our life that we can meet. And a destiny sign, all a destiny sign is an indication that there's more than a person than the individual that you're working with has left out. Usually that's the indicator. But the indicator on another level and in another way is completely different too. If you don't have a good relationship with progress and it's a process, then you have no reason to get up every morning. Because if how you judge the world is, well, this and this was done by Friday, and you didn't do any work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to work towards it, make the ham look good or whatever the case may be, it doesn't really matter as long as you realize that no one's out to get you and that progress is the best life that your loved ones can have. And if you don't feel that you have a progress mindset, resetting it with this channel, like, subscribe, comment, is intelligent to do and worthy to do, but at the same time, don't just listen to me or the people associated with wherever you get your education. Instead, seek out those who are uncomfortable with the challenges that lie ahead, and even in them, talk about your story and where you came from. Talk about how hard it was. Talk about the various different incarnations of you, because here's the thing. As long as you progress the person you were when you were 19 and the purpose you will be when you're 99, I really hope those are different people. In any event, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. This has been Scott Golden, Golden Opportunities Coaching, and be well, everybody.